All right. What is up, everybody? It's Dave back for another episode of Dave's R&R Rambles and Reviews. Hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. It was another busy one for me out at the beach. I have to review the WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view today. We had some big news during that pay-per-view, but first, I want to talk some NFL news that just broke today. So, well, it's going to be tomorrow by the time this episode airs. Baker Mayfield, Cleveland Brown quarterback for the last few years, has been traded to the Panthers for a conditional 5th round pick. The Panthers are my second favorite team. First is always the Ravens. From around there, grew up loving the Ravens. They're always number one, but after living in Charlotte for a couple years, you kind of become a Panthers fan. So, having them being my second favorite team, I feel like I want to talk about this subject. Now, I actually love this move for the Panthers. You're not really giving up much. You're just a conditional 5th to the Browns, and it's an upgrade from Sam Darnold. The Panthers have been terrible with quarterbacks the last few seasons, making probably some of the most boneheaded decisions in all of the NFL. First, they signed Teddy Bridgewater, which had to have been one of the dumbest signings ever. He plays super safe. I mean, just don't believe that I'm in as an NFL quarterback. He can keep your team even. He's not going to make your team worse, but he's certainly not going to make your team better. So Teddy Bridgewater was a terrible signing. And then after that, what do the Panthers do? They turn around and sign Sam Darnold, which, some people thought, oh, he just didn't get the right chance on the Jets. I mean, it showed in the few games he played this last season. I just don't think he's that good. So we're going on to Baker now, which may have been overhyped a little bit, especially with all the commercials. You couldn't watch an NFL game without seeing like 10 Baker Mayfield commercials. So he's gone sour for a lot of people. But I think this is a chance for him to shine on the Panthers. They've got a good receiving core. Hopefully that he can utilize that more and not run Christian McCaffrey into the ground every play. I do think Baker is a teensy bit overrated. I think maybe not anymore because of how people have soured on him. But I think you're going to see the best Baker you've seen in the NFL this season. He seems to play at his best with a chip on his shoulder. Last year he was hurt pretty much the whole season, and that showed with his stats. There was some regression, but I think he'll go back up a little this season. Not saying he's going to be like an NFL MVP caliber quarterback. Not even saying he's going to take the Panthers to the playoffs. But I do think he's going to put up a solid stat line and keep the Panthers in a lot of games this year. And now for the Browns, this is two giant middle fingers to them because they have just messed up their QB situation so much. They had Baker who, they should have gone with. The fans did love him. And they signed Deshaun Watson to a crazy contract, and everyone knows what's been going on with Deshaun Watson. And it seems like he's not even going to play a game this season. So I hope that contract was worth it to the Browns, as they probably go to like 2-15 this season with no Watson or no Baker. So have fun with that, Cleveland Browns. See you sometime in the future. Your fans had a couple years of acting like y'all were Super Bowl favorites. Well, guess what? You're going back to the bottom this year. Now for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It was a very solid event. Money in the Bank matches hardly disappoint. They usually put enough good superstars in there to keep them entertaining. So we'll start with the women's one. Liv Morgan won, and in the same night defeated Ronda Rousey for the women's title. Now it seems like the women's one's the one who gets cashed in early a lot. Flashback to Alexa Bliss the other year. They gave Carmella a decent run with it when she became the first Money in the Bank winner, but I know the WWE doesn't like having two Money in the Bank holders at the same time, really, so that's why they usually rush one. So they rushed Liv this time, and I think I speak for a lot of fans in the wrestling community that they're okay with it. Liv Morgan, who is someone who has improved year after year in the ring, on the mic, she's been getting better and better. The fans have been clamoring for her to win the title, and this was perfect for her, winning that Money in the Bank and beating Ronda Rousey. And I think this will be good for Ronda as well. Give her a little time to reset, maybe reset her character. Her run this time in the WWE is just been horrible. Her first run was great. She really seemed like she was on top of the world, but this time it's been a super disappointing run for her. So maybe she can come back as like a lot better character, build on her character some more, but I think this is good to have the belt on Liv for a while. How long she'll keep the title, that's up for debate. I could see maybe a run until like SummerSlam, so that's very soon, within the next month or two there. But I mean, it'd be cool to see her hold it on for a couple months. It really just depends where they want to go with that. And then on the men's side, we had Austin Theory, who was added to the match late, win the title. And it's clear that he's going to be pushed to the moon. It seems that way already. He's had storylines with Vince. He was in the big angle with Vince at WrestleMania. So it really seems like they're going to have him be a future title holder. Personally, I'm kind of disappointed in this decision because I did want to see Seth Rollins win the title. I think he deserves it after his 3-match losing streak with Cody Rhodes. Even during that streak, he's been putting on incredible character performances. He still seems like a great top heel or baby face, whichever way they want to push him. He's just been awesome all around. I think the fans would have been okay with him winning the Money in the Bank title again. I know a lot of people were kind of hoping that the Rock vs. Brock SummerSlam Part 22 at this point would be another Seth Cashin and maybe another triple threat like their WrestleMania match, which turned out great. And I even thought maybe Drew McIntyre was going to win. It does seem like Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns are in collision course at the England pay-per-view coming up after SummerSlam, the Clash at the Castle. But they gave it to Austin Theory, and we'll see what he does with the title. And I think it's going to be interesting because, Roman has both titles. If he cashes in, does it count towards both? If it's just one, that's something that I'm sure we'll get answers for in the future. But overall, Money in the Bank was a solid show. The 2 Money in the Bank matches were good. Everything else was all right in my eyes. We move on to SummerSlam, which we definitely will have to put up predictions to in the future. It's actually at the end of this month. Usually it's in August, but we're going with July 30th for SummerSlam this year. So far we've got a couple matches announced, so we'll preview that in the future. And it's going to be another short one today, guys. That's all I have for you. Our little Money in the Bank afterthoughts there. And we had our big news about the Panthers acquiring Baker Mayfield, going on to their next quarterback, a little more above average than their below average quarterbacks of the past. And that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the support. Hopefully we have some more episodes in the future. I know I've been saying that for a while now, but I've been, just so busy with life, as a lot of people have these days. But, we keep moving forward, keep on supporting, like, comment, follow on the social medias at Dave's R&R. Maybe we'll have a twofer this week, we'll see. I'm just going to try to churn out episodes whenever I can. Maybe I'll have some reviews and some more rambles coming up. But again, I appreciate the support. Make sure y'all have a good week and just keep on the lookout for more news in the NFL and the NBA as the off seasons are fully underway.